Good evening, all of you. Welcome to our Region IT program. Welcome to the module PLSQL. Good evening, Aditya, Aishwarya, Aditya. Borvali Center, 2 members with Aishwarya name. Akshay, Kaushal, Aditya, all from Borvali. Sheldon, D'Souza from Andheri Center, and who have connected using guest login and Andheri Center. Good evening. Kankurgachi, Old DLF Tarun, Sonal from Borvali, Sunny, Shruti, all of you, and Verma Akriti. Good evening. If I miss 1 or 2 names, Deposri from Kankurgachi. Yes, Deposri. Fine. Right. So our objective is working with PLSQL. That is the course you all have joined. So I want to share many things with you all. 1 minute. If any student is there who have completed data structures in the previous batch and who have joined for PLSQL now, are you all new to PLSQL? You can click on plus and minus. Those who are new to PLSQL can click on plus, and those who have completed data structures in the previous batch and continuing for data structures can click on minus. I can easily assess it, the voting of the participants. How come you are in 2 batches? Yes. Who is there in Kankurgachi Center? Debosri, you are on air? Yes, fine. Right. So I want to share a certain few points regarding the data structure, like your PLSQL, and then we shall move forward with the subject. Manoj, screen not visible. Fine, Manoj. So this is the way we generally term it as PLSQL. Fine. I want to know from all of you, have you all completed Oracle SQL? Or are you all new to the total SQL or Oracle? I want to know from all of you few points. I request you all to share. So I'm sharing a question to you all. For that question, you all please respond. So I have shared a question to you all. I know database management system. So Hussein has responded that he completed Oracle SQL, and I have done SQL fundamentals. Yes, Kankurgachi, Debusri, good, very good. So I have shared a question. Yes, has responded many. And Sheldon D'Souza from Andheri and Tarun Chauhan from Old DLF. Okay, fine. And still Kankurgachi, 2 members. Deepanshu, you also should respond for this question. Yes, D'Souza, Sheldon D'Souza, hi. Panwal Center, who is there? Deepanshu and Andheri Center, who haven't responded, fine, I leave it. So PLSQL, actually it is called as procedural language. Plus SQL. It's a combination of procedural language with SQL. So in SQL language, you might have studied about data query language, data definition language, data query language, wherever you have used the select statement, select data from table. So that is the one you can consider as a DQL statement, data query language. Fine. Data definition language, wherever you use create, alter, and drop, these are all DDL statements. Okay. Procedural language I will explain. Just I am explaining about SQL first to you all. So what is SQL? I am explaining. SQL is a structured query language. Using SQL you can work with the data objects. Fine. Using SQL you can work with data objects. DQL, select data from tables. DDL, create, alter, drop. DML, insert, update, delete. These are all actually as a part of your general SQL language, like insert, update, delete. These are all the operations. DSA is completed. Who is asking? So you are not attending regularly. That's why you did not find the you did not continue. Now you joined for DSA. DSA is completed. You can leave the session. Okay. And they might have given exam also. Okay. Please speak to your center once. Fine. So procedural language is what you know. I just explained about general SQL. I am just writing some more points here related to procedural language. So procedural language, we will work with programs using variables, conditional constructs, loop constructs, and many other programming approaches. Fine. So this is the way we will work with a PLSQL. I hope you all have understood the basic points of what is the difference between SQL and PLSQL. Can I know from all of you? Just I have given brief information of the difference between SQL and PLSQL. Those who are aware of SQL can easily follow the PLSQL. Minimum idea of the SQL is required. Just click on plus as the points whatever I shared with you all. Then I will go for introduction. Okay. Make it fast, all of you. Why are you all hesitating? Just click on plus. Muthukumaran, I requested you all to respond. Abhishek, Prithvihar, Deepanshu, Karun, Suraj, Vaibhav, all from Kankurgachi. So if you have a question, you can ask. Otherwise, you can click on plus for the points whatever I explained. Even if you don't understand everything over here, because these are all the things you will come to know when we start completely working with PLSQL. Just have given a brief idea. So notepad again I showed to you. Everyone please look into this. PLSQL stands for procedural language with SQL. What is SQL? Is working with database objects using SQL language. Okay. And procedural language, programming using variables, condition construct, looping construct, and many programming features like procedures, functions, triggers. Those are all the things comes into the programming of SQL. So I hope you all can understand the basic points of whatever I shared with you. In this, you can take only the difference between procedural and SQL. Okay, but I'm sharing certain introduction to you all that I request you all to follow. So certain things we need to understand about the course objectives, identify the programming extensions that PLSQL provides to SQL. So it's clearly stating that it's an extension of your SQL language. Those who have completed SQL fundamentals and those who are aware of database management system SQL statements can easily follow this course. That is the first prerequisite. So writing PLSQL code to interface with the database. So we will work with the programming, not a complex programming, easy programming of certain level of condition constructs, looping constructs, and other category of the programming constructs we use in your databases. And understanding what is PLSQL anonymous blocks that execute efficiently, use PLSQL programming constructs and conditional control statements, finding runtime errors, and working with stored procedures and functions. These are all the PLSQL course objectives. And in this course, we have two different levels. One is PLSQL fundamentals. Second one is advanced PLSQL. Two levels are there. Okay. Can I know from all of you? So in this course, we are going to use some of the databases ready. So HR database, have you all used HR database in your previous program, like in previous learning? I will introduce what is HR database and other things as part of your learning. Then easily you can understand working with data objects also. Can you please brief me about loop constructs? What is the need of this now? Loop constructs. Okay. So I have just briefed you what are there in the PLSQL. Now if I start explaining what is loop constructs now, there will be no way of understanding at this stage. Okay. So just please identify what are all there in this. Okay, fine. Just I have given a brief idea of the course. It is a part of the course introduction I shared with you all. You will come to know more about this in the coming stage of different points of discussion. And I'm sharing some of the things related to the working environment of PLSQL. And I want to share some more topics. Here we use this human resources schema. Departments table, employees table, job history table, jobs, locations, countries, regions. These are the different tables we use. These are the tables. Anyhow, I will introduce tables to you all when you are working with this. One minute. Fine. I'm taking you all to the screen of working environment. I'll introduce all these environments to you all. Fine. So in case of general SQL statements, we issue the statement select star from employees table. So I want to take the data from employees table. I retrieved the information of the employees table here. So the data would be appeared. This is a general SQL statement. So there you can write the many different category of the SQL statements where you want to retrieve the information of employees or the employees departments. So then this is the way you can work with the SQL statements. In this you can work with insert, update, delete, all the different category of the work you can do. But our objective of working with this PLSQL is, I want to mention some points of the need of PLSQL. Okay. To update or insert a record, I want to share some points of explanation in a simple way you can understand the role of PLSQL. Many different things we can work with PLSQL, but I want to simplify the PLSQL role in your SQL language. Suppose there is a table with 10 employees record. You want to update the employee salary. Just employee records are 10. So when you want to update the employee salary based on a particular criteria, what is the criteria? The employees who have completed 3 years of tenure, as they are working since 10 years, you are updating employee salary by adding a bonus of 10,000. So that condition, easily you can check if the total records are 10 or 20 or 30 even. So based on the employee period of experience, you can update the employee salary by adding the bonus to the salary. Those who have completed 8 years of service, 8,000 bonus is announced. Those who have completed 6 years of experience, 6,000 of the bonus has been added. Or those who have completed 2 years, 2,000 will be the bonus. Such a way, there are certain criteria to analyze it. So in case of the number of records are small, you can easily do it manually by reading each employee data. So you can write an update statement. But in case of the thousands of records are there in the table, how you can update each employee data based on these criteria, based on this condition? How to check employee period of experience for each and every employee? By considering the date of join with the current date, and I have to find the difference of this period, then only I can update it, right? So for that I need to write a program. The program itself should have constructs for checking. The program itself, it should have a construct for repetition also. Point taken? So such type of constructs, if you write using condition constructs, using looping constructs, you can write it as a PLSQL program. Have you all taken the point? Difference between SQL statements and PLSQL statements. So PLSQL statements is the combination of certain procedural language constructs like condition constructs and looping constructs. Can I know from all of you? Is it clear to you all? Don't be idle. You please click on plus if you are clear, or else ask me a question. I don't have any student with a doubt at the end of the session, right? So if you have any question, you can ask me. Don't click on minus even. Asking a question or clicking plus. Two options you can take. If you say at the end you did not understand, I will make a call to you and I will ask you why you are not understanding, right? So first chapter, we are working with PLSQL. All of you please respond. Can you please tell again the difference between SQL and PLSQL? What was happened to you when I explained the same? Yes, please. You are on air. Unmute your mic so that you can speak to me. You are not audible.
Hello?
Yes, please. What is your question?
Sir, I just want to know again the difference between PLSQL and SQL. I have a doubt.
So, do you know SQL?
Yeah, I had done the SQL earlier.
Okay. So, to update employee record, what the statement you should write?
Sorry?
To update employee salary, what the statement you will write?
I'll write select star from the employees where let's update. Um, I little bit forgot.
No, you forgot completely. Reason, select statement is for query statement. It is not for update. Okay. So you all should recall your basics first. Select star from is to read the data from the table. Okay. Update statement is to update the data of the table. Update employees. Okay. Set salary equal to salary plus whatever the salary you want to update to a particular employee, where employee ID equal to 101. So to that particular employee. This is the statement you should write, not select. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you so
Fine.
much.
Now in case of 1000 employees, how you will update it? With different criteria. Bonus can be added. So likewise, those who have completed 10 years, 10,000 bonus should be added. 9 years, 9,000 bonus should be added. 8 years, 8,000 bonus should be added. Such a condition given by the company. So now, being a programmer, how do you check it? You have to check that each employee period of experience, right? Don't write anything. It's no way useful for you. Just to keep a concept in mind, I am explaining this. Okay, it's not a notes. Everything I will explain, I will make it available to you in the group. Okay, fine. So at the end of this discussion, you let me know whether it's clear to you or not. Okay, fine. So in case if these many criteria are there to fulfill the requirements of the organization to update the employee salary, single employee salary can be updated using update statement. But a scenario I explained, bonus should be added to employees based on the following criteria. So what I should do? I have to write a program to check experience of every employee. Based on that, if the experience is 10 years, then I have to add 10,000 to the employee salary. If the experience is 9 years, 9,000 bonus should be added. 8 years, 8,000 bonus should be added. So such a way, I have to create a program using condition constructs and looping constructs. So such statement block is called as PLSQL block. I hope you all have understood now. Muthukumaran, you should respond now. Dubosri, everyone should respond once again. Is it clear to you all? Muthukumaran. Fine. Some few points I shared. First chapter it is. Akshay, very good Akshay. Right. So in this session, we have certain objectives. Explain the need of PLSQL, benefits of PLSQL, different types of PLSQL blocks, output messages in PLSQL. These many objectives are there in the first session of this. But out of all, we cannot discuss everything at a time. Stage by stage, we will discuss. Understanding the benefits of PLSQL and structure of PLSQL. Okay. So PLSQL stands for Procedure Language Extension to SQL. The Oracle Corporation stands. So I want to speed, then I will explain the remaining conditions. You can see here loop constructs. With the combination of SQL can be considered as a PLSQL block. Okay. So SQL statements is a general table. Insert, update, delete general statements are called as general SQL statements. For those statements, if you combine condition constructs, looping constructs of your languages, then it can be called as a PLSQL block. Okay. So while you are learning any language, generally C language, C++ or C# or Java language, first what we learn about variables, we learn about constructs, we learn about the data types, we learn about like conditions, loops. Those are all generally the programming constructs of every programming language, right? So in our PLSQL also, we have different category of the structures to be created. Provides a block structure of for executable units of code. Maintenance of code is made easier with such a well-defined structure. So I want to create a logical structure of explanation for the same, then you all can understand this. Okay. I'm going to explain the same thing, but diagrammatically I'm going to explain to you. So I'm using the environment to work with the database. So the environment you can consider here, this is the environment as my workspace. Okay. This environment of my workspace, I'm going to keep it here only so that easily you can understand whatever I want to share with you. This is my workspace. This workspace as the interface I'm going to use to communicate with my database. So my database I want to use as the repository where I can store the data. So you all can analyze that this is the database. So when you are communicating using my workspace, this request will be taken by this database as the instruction given by the user. This is the first instruction when you share or send to the database. Database has to respond to retrieve the data from the table. So table is a data object. In this we have SQL statements and we have some PLSQL combination with SQL. So the PLSQL is combination of some condition construct and looping construct. Suppose here you have written a statement like select star from departments. So it retrieves the data from employees table. It retrieves the data from departments table based on the type of data objects you have in the database, right? So in my example, I retrieved the data from the departments table. So you are able to find the information whatever I retrieved here. The same thing when you try to retrieve from employees table. So here instead of this, I'm using employees. Fine. So employees data has been fetched out. Point taken. All of you please respond. Is it clear to you all? Now here, these statements, whatever you have written is a SQL statement. But when you write a program using some conditional constructs, I'm writing a program here itself like conditions and loops along with your SQL statements. So this block which you have created is called as a PLSQL block. It's a combination of SQL and loop constructs. So this block can be called as PLSQL block. So that also will work like a SQL. How you have used SQL, the same manner it works with PLSQL. So technically, no difference. The extension of SQL only. Can I know from all of you now? So what way it works? I hope you all have understood. So when you are writing any programming code, so in case of C, C++, Java, C#, what are the things we use? We use some variables. We use some variables. We use some conditions, variables and data types. I want to mention some points here. Conditions, loops. So these are all will be the combination with SQL. So then it would be the completely PLSQL block of your extension of SQL language. I hope you all have understood what I tried to explain and make it clear to you all. Fine. Right? Fine. Any questions now? It's your time. You can question me for anything. Muthukumaran, I'm not inaudible. I'm audible to everyone. I'm not audible to you only. Okay. So here, if you want me to explain everything again, it consumes the time and disturb the pace of everyone. Just I mentioned a very simple point. I will send a request to SQL database to retrieve the data from the table. For that, I will use select statements or any other statements of SQL. When I want to write it as a program with some condition construct looping constructs, that can be considered as a PLSQL block. Okay, that is the only one I explained about PLSQL. So that is the one I explained diagrammatically. So I want to share some more points regarding the same environment. Muthukumaran, now you can easily understand whatever I try to explain. So in this, I request you all to consider the other points related to the same. Fine. So when I am sending a request for a SQL statements, there are simple things. SQL statement select star from table. Like if you consider this select star from table, employees table, data has been retrieved. Or I may want to use employee ID, or else I may write like employee first name. So then it retrieves the data of those two columns only. So it doesn't retrieve the complete data, it retrieves only the two columns data. So employee ID and employee first name. So this statement, whatever I have issued, that has been communicated with the database, and the statement has been understood by the database, and it has been handled the instructions given over there and retrieved the data. The statements whatever I have retrieved, that is actually called as PLSQL or SQL engine. Initially it is called as SQL engine. Point taken. So the statement whatever we have written, the statement whatever has been understood by the SQL engine, then the statement has been sent to database. So I am decorating it here as it is a engine. So now you can understand whatever I am writing here. SQL engine. What is SQL engine? It understands the statement written using SQL language. So this is the first statement you have written, and it has been sent to this SQL engine. From there, it has been moved to the database. Then it fetched the data from the database. But if you combine some more lines of the code here as using PLSQL block, this you can consider as a PLSQL block with the combination of SQL. So the PLSQL block, this block also will be moved in a different engine called as PLSQL engine. So that I want to copy as a separate one. Those statements will be separated, and these are all called as the PLSQL engine statements. So now the combination of this code will be sent to a separate engine called as PLSQL engine. So such a way it would be identified differently with the two different category of the constructs. One is the PLSQL, one is SQL. Can I know from all of you? So loop constructs, conditional constructs, all will be identified by the PLSQL engine. Then from there it would be sent to database to make the database to work with that. From here it would be sent to database to make the database to work. Can I expect the response from all of you? So SQL engine is SQL statement executor. SQL statement executor. PLSQL engine is PLSQL statement executor. Fine. So this is, you can consider as SQL statement executor and PLSQL statement executor. Here I am writing the same thing as PLSQL statement executor. So two different ways, finally it communicates with the database. I hope all have understood this. Don't click empty hand raise. Kankurgachi Center, I hope they Dilpashri. So I can't understand what message it is. Okay. You type at least you understood or not. Fine, good. So initially day one, those who did not understand, you can ask me a question. I am waiting for your questions now. Yes. Take 1 minute of time. You can query me any question. This is the PLSQL runtime architecture I explained. If you have any question, you can ask me. All of you. So Panda Sugyani, yes. Very good. So benefits of PLSQL. Integration of procedural construct with SQL and performance is also improved. So that whatever I explained, don't click on minus. Who are clicking on minus? Manoj, you please take the report of the students who are clicking on minus symbol. By mistake they are clicking, or if they are not clear, they can ask us, right? Manoj, share the data of them. Fine, Manoj. Sunny, we are going to use both the environments, SQL Start Plus and SQL Developer. Okay, Sunny. Both we are going to use. Good point, Sunny. Muthukumaran, I am trying to take you on air. Still you are asking difference between SQL and PLSQL. Very clearly I written and I explained. Due to some technical problem at your location, again you are asking me. I hope you did not understand the basic point of whatever I covered. Fine. Muthukumaran, do you know SQL language? Like creating tables, inserting data, retrieving data using select statements, updating tables. Click on plus, Muthukumaran, and hand raise and you can respond. So if you are aware of that, did you use condition construct, looping construct in that? Like if construct, while loop construct, for loop construct. Have you used anything? Did you write any program for function creation? So if you combine those things with SQL, it's called as PLSQL. I hope it's clear to you now. Fine. So once if we look into the benefits of PLSQL, integration of procedural constructs with SQL, and the advantage is a single program may work with the database with multiple purposes. One is for updations, insertions, deletions, or any other category of the different advantages we can get with PLSQL. It's still in introduction only. Okay. So modularized programming development, the benefits, like program can be created into small units of work and it can be integrated with Oracle tools, and you can take the program from one you can target it to a variety of systems. It's portability in the sense the PLSQL constructs can work with Java programming language combination and any other programming language combinations, and the PLSQL code block can work with any application, and error handling is also part of PLSQL, so exception handling also can be done. So these are all programmatically we learn in the next stage of learning of your PLSQL. Only the benefits, you can divide the application into smaller parts, that is called as modularized programming. You don't need to write the complete program in a big lines of code. You can divide the program into smaller units of work. This you can write it as a function, and this can be written as a program of the procedure, and likewise the program can be divided into number of smaller parts. Exception handling is in the sense when you are getting any errors in the program, not to make the program to be abruptly to be closed, you can make the program to run by handling those errors. Okay, so that we shall see how exception handling can be implemented. The same programming language exception handling features you can apply in your PLSQL also. and PLSQL code blocks can integrate in any of the Oracle tools, and PLSQL code blocks can run on any application language, so that is portability. Point taken? All of you please respond. If you have any question, you can ask me. So you can ask me if you have any question. Fine. So PLSQL block structures. 4 different block structures we can create. Declare, where you will declare variables, cursors and exceptions in a particular block called as declare block. This declare block in the program of the PLSQL is an optional block. Begin and end are the mandatory blocks of PLSQL. In between, if you want to write any exceptional statement, you can write. So exceptional statement is not required. If you want to add anything, if you want to write as exception, you can write it. Okay, I want to share a small message of something to you all. Then you can understand what is actually a PLSQL block. So I'm sharing the screen. Then I'll go back and I'll explain some more things. I want to write a note point of what is a PLSQL block initially to you all. A small example. So declare section, I'm writing declare. And one more section here I'm writing as begin. And one more block is end. In between, you can write the statements. Declare section, I want to write a statement. As a variable, I want to declare. Message is the variable I declared. Variable is of varchar data type of 20 characters length I declared as a variable. Okay. So variable I declared, the variable name is message. In that variable, the variable data type is varchar of 20. Varchar of 20 is in the sense it's a varchar of 20 characters length. And then I'm assigning a value. This is hello all. This is the message I assigned. So then I terminated the statement. So in the declarative section, I have created a variable and I initialized a value to the variable. Here I want to display the value of this variable. So what I want to write here, dbms, the method I want to write, dot underscore output is the library. There I want to write put underscore line is the method. There I want to write the message. So my variable name is message. This variable I want to pass it as a parameter over here. So this is the way the statement has been terminated. Now I want to copy this. I want to put it into my PLSQL executor. So here I can use it to execute the statement. So I have just copied and I have clicked on execute button. So we shall see. Again, I want to refresh it to be loaded. So there is a message. The end is the error here. End has to be terminated. That I haven't done. So PLSQL procedure successfully completed, but it is not displayed any value to us. Okay, it was not shown any value to us. So what the reason actually it is not shown any value? Set server output on. So set server output on. I want to put it in a single line. So set server output on. Then when I write this statement, set server output on, so hello all has been displayed. Same like a programming language, I have written a small statement. Declare message is the variable, varchar of 20, hello all is the value, and begin end. So how many sections I have written here? Declare section where I declare the variables. Begin and end are the mandatory blocks where I want to make this program as a program to display hello all. Okay, can I know from all of you, please? Click on plus if you are clear with this small program. Sheldon D'Souza, what you did not understand? Explain again is a generalized name word, but what you did not understand is the one I want to know. What does begin do? So like I want to share the explanation of what does begin. Okay. So Muthukumaran, I have a confusion that you don't have the idea of any programming language, right? Muthukumaran, right about you. Do you know any programming language? If you are a GNIT student, you would have aware of begin and end. Okay. So you know C#. So what is the role of begin and end in LBPS? Muthukumaran? The program has to start at a particular point, program has to end at a particular point. So beginning and end is representing the program started here. Okay. So the declarative section is a different one and program area is a different one. So I have written this program with the statements. I want to share the statements to you all. A simple program I explained. So begin is the starting of the program, end is the end of the program. So generally in programming languages, we use these statements to represent the same. Okay, but in this language it is not possible. And D'Souza, you asked me to explain again. I don't think that you are getting confusion with these 5 lines. Declare is a keyword. To declare the variables should be declared inside that keyword. Begin and end. What is that wrong in that? Very simple. DBMS underscore output is a library and the library function is put underscore line. To that I have passed my variable. Then I got the result of hello world. Simple. So this general programming language, in case of C, printf function we write. In case of C++, cout function we write. In case of Java, put line. In case of C#, write line. So println or write line. So these are the same statements we have written. Okay. Sunny, some extent it is case sensitive, certain areas, and not completely case sensitive. Okay. Fine. So Sunny, your questions are meaningful and I understood. You will get more information in the next extent of the topics again. Can I know from all of you now? Is it clear to you all? Yes, Sunny. So the declarative box is optional because programmatically sometimes you may want to have variables. So I declared a variable over there. Cursors, we haven't discussed about what is cursor, and if you want to create your own exceptions, use a different exceptions. But in case if the block is begin and end, so these two are the mandatory blocks. Every program must start with a particular block, that is begin block. So end block. So exceptions we will discuss when we reach to the topic of exceptions. So I have given a small example of a PLSQL block, right? Muthukumaran, now you can respond with your feedback. Is it clear to you? D'Souza? Aditya from Borvili, Aishwarya, two Aishwaryas, Aishwarya K and Aishwarya, Akshay, Chauhan, and guest login Borvali, Darpan, Sugyani, Sonal, Sunny, Yash Devendra. I request you all to respond, all from Borvali Center. Gatkopar Shruti, Verma, Hussain and Kunal from Bandra Center, Sheldon D'Souza, I'm asking everyone. If you say anything that you did not understand, then I will ask you why you did not understand. So now you can ask me if you have any question. Who are there from Kankurgachi Center? One is Dipashri. No, you those who have responded fine, Sunny and others. Okay, that doesn't matter. Those who are not clear is the problem. Okay. So Suraj, Vaibhav, and Tarun. So one by one, I'm asking by calling names. Muthukumaran, Rajshekaran, Tambaram Center. You both can respond. Click on hand raise. Aishi, Rajori Garden, Dipanshu from Southex. Muthukumaran and Rajshekaran, click on hand raise, not on plus symbol. So don't take that much time because that we have to move for many things to discuss. Yes, fine. So the first one, we have identified the first one as the understanding the benefits and structure of PLSQL. Lot of things are there in this course, okay, but everything, if you can concentrate more, if you do practicals on time, it is very easy. If you don't do practicals on time, it creates some complexity of the subject. So examining PLSQL blocks is the second agenda. We have completed understanding the benefits and structure of PLSQL. I have created a very clear structure of the explanation using a diagram I explained. Okay, center's temporary ID, my actual name is Shayan. Okay, Shayan. So that you should not use Muthukumaran's login. Okay, so fine, good. Shayan, right. So examining the PLSQL blocks is the next one. So PLSQL blocks are three types. One is anonymous block. I will come back from here. One is anonymous block. I have written a previous program which cannot be used again and again. That is called as anonymous block. The previous statement of declaring variables and retrieving the values of the variables is actually an anonymous block, simple anonymous block. But PLSQL blocks are different types. One is anonymous block, one is function, one is procedure. Three different types of blocks. If you write any program statement as anonymous, it can exist only for that particular point of time for execution. Same like our previous example of declaring a variable message and initializing a value to the message. But if you write any program statement as a function or as a procedure, those are all available permanently in the database. So I want to share the few points to you all. So you can look into this explanation. I will share this explanation document also to you all so that easily you can understand. Okay. Suppose here in the previous example, whatever I have written, the previous program code I want to take. This block of code I'm copying here. You all please consider that this is my PLSQL block. This PLSQL block I'm copying here. Once if I send this PLSQL block for execution, once the execution is completed, then it performs the action whatever you expected, like whatever has been written. Hello all, PLSQL procedure successfully completed. This the message will be generated here. Okay. So this is the output whatever we experienced here. So this is the result. But when you make the same thing as a procedure or a function, assume that it is a very big program with a lot of requirements, you have created it. You want to make it as a permanent object in the database. So this procedure would exist in the database, or function can exist in the database. So these two are the permanent blocks stores in the database as permanent objects. Point taken. Function and procedure can reside in the database. So you no need to create it as a program again and again, like anonymous block. This is called as anonymous block. Okay. This is called as anonymous block. This anonymous block, always you need to send from the client environment to make the blocks to get executed at server. Point taken. But in case of procedure and function, those would be exist in the database as permanent objects. So this layer is different and this layer is different. These two are two different layers that you need to analyze. Okay. Can I know from all of you whatever I have written here that you can easily analyze? So you will come to know about the procedures and functions in the later stage, not now immediately, but I request you all to analyze whatever I explained to you all. Anonymous block is different from the procedural block. This is anonymous block. It would exist as the block of statements as a program, but reusability is not possible. All of you please respond. Fine. Any questions? It can be used only once. Yes, who is using Muthukumaran's login? So Shania, yes, Shania, it's correct. It is useful only one time. Second time again you have to send it as a request for execution. Now here I send a request for execution again. So then again it would be loaded into your result, but it has been sent to the server again. Okay. Shayan, exactly. So there is a small example of an anonymous block. So same thing, if you work with the anonymous block, it's a very simple way you can analyze. So what this anonymous block speaks about, it is a variable you declared. You analyze that this is a variable you declared. I want to put a point of explanation here. So fname is a variable. Fname is a variable. This variable fname, whatever you declared, the first name of the employee 100 you are reading and copying into the variable fname, that you can observe there, right? You read the value of the employee first name and you copied out there. Expecting response from all of you, please. So this is the anonymous block. Only the statement will start with declare, and it can have the components of the blocks like begin and end. That's all. Declare section is closed at the end, begin and end, and this won't be exist in the database for reusability. But if you go for the blocks like a procedural function, it would exist even after the completion of its execution. So that is called as a procedural or functional block. So in the previous program, I have created an output of the same thing. Now I want to make it as a simple program for the same. So you want me to write the same thing, okay? So you can see whatever I have declared in the previous example, the same thing I want to change into a different style. So the same thing. Yes, by typing into we can copy it. I will share that example, Chauhan. You see whatever I am going to do now. Okay. So I want to declare a variable as the varchar is the data type as the first name. First name is the variable of varchar data type. So that is the reason we have mentioned it as v_first name. Okay, that is the variable we declared. So I am not going to initialize any value to the variable. So I closed it here. So variable declared. So now here I want to write a SQL statement. Select star from employees. So employees data I retrieved. So this is a general statement. I am copying this statement to make it available to you all. Whatever I have done in a order, you please understand. So select star from employees is the statement I copied here. But I don't want to take all employees data. Where employee ID equal to 101. So this employee ID, only one record I want to take. Even I don't want to take all records of the employee. So what I want to take, I want to take only first name. First name of employee who has the employee ID 101. So only one value will be appeared as Nina. Nina has employee ID 101 and I retrieved only the employee name Nina. So now the same thing I am copying here. The statement I copied here. First I retrieved the employee data, then I reduced it. So I want to reduce the size of the font also here, so that you can see everything in a single statement. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to change this statement in a different style. This block of code I want to write as a program statement. Set server output on. That is the one I required because I want to read the output also. Fine. First name varchar of 20. There I don't want to use this message. I want to use this. I want to use in next extent. Then I want to copy the value of the employee. Same SQL statement I am copying here. Select first name. I am selecting the first name. But what I want to do, into class I am using. Okay, into class I am using into my variable. My variable is first name. I am copying into my variable where that particular employee is 101. Fine. So that output I want to display using this dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. Using that I want to display the value. Now entire PLSQL statement I copied, then I pasted here, then I clicked here. So it is showing an error. SQL statement is not properly ended, and it is showing an error. That is, the statement should be ended. 101 should be ended. So Nina is the output displayed in this execution. Point taken. So what I have done, I have taken the variable as first name and varchar data type in the declarative section, and the retrieved value of employee 101 first name copied into a variable, and I displayed the value of the variable. Can I know from all of you, please? Is it clear to you all? Yes, Sunny. For who it is not clear, they can ask me a question. After this much, if you are not clear, again I am ready to explain. Those who are not understanding, they can ask me. Sunny, take the feedback from all our batchmates. Just wanted to know the second last line. Second last line is dbms underscore output that I will explain elaborately now. Okay. Fine. So those who are asking me what is the output message. So enabling output of a PLSQL block, that is the one we should discuss now. To enable output in SQL Developer or ISQL Start Plus, those two are the environments. Now actually I am showing an environment called as ISQL Start Plus. You might have used in your Oracle learning. So Oracle ISQL Start Plus I am using here. I use Oracle Developer also, that I will show in the next extent of the discussion. Fine. Oracle ISQL Start Plus is the environment from where I can send a request for database to execute it. So that is the area is called as my workspace. From my workspace I send the request to there. Now here the question of what is the PLSQL output block. So to enable output in SQL Developer or ISQL Start Plus, you need to execute this statement, set server output on. Means I am getting the output from the server to the PLSQL environment. So that point here, how I have designed very simple way, like an environment, like a database, right? A small database I have designed. So this is the area like a database I designed. So when you are sending a request from your location to the database responded to the request sent by you, and again it has sent a value back to you. To make a value or to send a value back from the client or from the database server to the client, then that set server output on, because you are getting the data from the server environment. So Oracle server is sending a message back to you. The database is residing on that particular server. Second point, so the message is set server output on. Then use a predefined Oracle package. Oracle package in the sense it is a library, that is dbms_output. So that is the package we are using. And the put line is a procedure, is readily available for writing something on the screen. Okay. So just to display a message, the first name of the employee is, we can concatenate with the first name also. So that the way you can write a PLSQL code block. So the same thing, I want to change a small message over here. So we first name, what happened? Nina displayed. So I want to put in a single quotation the first name of employee. So I'm putting a line. So that I want to concatenate again. What way I want to concatenate? I want to concatenate with my employee first name. Then I executed. So still in process, it's processing. You can see here in the top of the address bar. First name of employee is Nina. So such a way the output message can be displayed. I hope you all have understood now about the output message. All of you please respond. Any questions? Cleared. No questions. Now you have time to ask me, right? I want to take some information from all of you regarding the details of you all. Apart from that, now you have enough time instead of starting the new topic. How can we execute? Okay. Sheldon D'Souza? Yes. See, I want to share a small point of explanation here. Now, in a cool manner, you can one after one, I will answer your questions. See, actually, these are all the topics of SQL part level. Work environment. Work environment of PLSQL. One is ISQL Start Plus. Is the environment which I am using here, ISQL Start Plus. This environment, once if you install Oracle server, this environment will be installed automatically on your computer. Only the thing, in which area this is being installed, that link also will be given when you install it. So the link will be different from computer to computer. Okay. This type of link path will be displayed. This you need to remember after the installation. Okay. This you can use into the browser. Browser is actually not an internet-based browser. It is working within your computer as a client for Oracle. So the browser acts as a client for Oracle. That statement you can see here. This is the link will be generated after completion of installation of your Oracle. This path also will be generated automatically after the installation. Then this should be loaded into the browser URL. Browser address bar, URL in the sense browser address bar. Yes, Sheldon, right. Fine. Should be pasted in browser URL. This is one environment called as ISQL Start Plus. Apart from this ISQL Start Plus, we have SQL Developer environment. This SQL Developer environment allows you to work with PLSQL code blocks by writing into the environment, which is more neat and clear comparing with ISQL Start Plus. More rich user interface. So this is a small tool. This tool available, or this tool can be provided by Oracle, and you can download it also. But this is useful only after you install Oracle. Otherwise, it doesn't work as you expected. Point taken. So SQL Developer environment is the second tool. Work environment of PLSQL. One is ISQL Start Plus. Second one is SQL Developer environment. Are you all clear? Expecting response from all of you? Fine. So I request you all to recall the points whatever I discussed. General way, when you are working with SQL, all statements are related to only select statements. Select star from employee. I will type this. Okay. Then I will try to find the data of employee table. So employee table data retrieved. So I want to delete a particular employee record. So what I will write? Delete employee where ID equal to, so I want to delete 08 employee record, 08 employee ID. So when I execute it, so one row deleted. So when I execute the statement of select star from employee, that particular record won't be appeared, only 7 rows are returned. So this statement is delete. Okay. Delete, update, insert, these are all actually called as SQL statements. So these SQL statements, whatever you have written, will allow you to work with the database for querying, insertions, updations, deletions, and other category of the SQL part. But if you want to combine SQL with any programming constructs like condition construct, looping construct, declaring variables, writing programming statements, is PLSQL. Yes, we can retrieve it using flashback query. Whatever the row I deleted, that I can get it back using flashback query. Okay. Otherwise, from Oracle 10G version, the deleted row also can be taken back using flashback query. Okay. Otherwise, not possible. So rollback transaction you can use to get some statements to be executed. So I have issued a statement of rollback. So rollback completed. So select star from employee table I'm using. So you can see whatever I removed that I have taken back using rollback, because I did not commit it. Once if I commit it, I cannot get it back. Shenoy? Sheldon, not Shenoy. Okay, right. Any questions? Still you have time to ask me. No questions. Okay. So I have some questions to ask you all. So I am sharing the question to you all. I request you all to respond to this question. So this question is for confirming whether you are all GNIT students or not. In case of any student who joined only for PLSQL, can click on no. If you are all GNIT students, then you can click on yes. So Kankurgachi, two logins are there. I want to know Rajshekaran and Kankurgachi said why second one not responded. Fine. And those who are connected from different locations using guest ID, guest login in one, Kankurgachi, two guest logins are there. Type your name, student ID and phone number. Three things I want. Type your name, student ID and phone number. And Borivali Center, one guest login is there using CLTCC Mumbai Borivali CR01 is the login. You type your name, student ID and phone number. Click on hand raise, type those details. So I want to create a group for our batch. I'm sharing the screen to you all. I'm taking you all to create a group. Did I create a group for you all in the last class in the intro session? Already created. Yes, Sunny. Let me share the group to everyone. Kankurgaji second guest login. You haven't shared your details. Make it fast. So let me share the group to everyone. So group name I forgot. Can anyone recall the group name, please? RevisionIT underscore S160420. Yes, Sunny. Good, good. RevisionIT underscore PLSQL underscore S160420. Okay. The second login is not available from long time. Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Sunny. So I want to put a point of the same. Others can find the group name. So the group is already created. So the group is revisionIT underscore PLSQL underscore S160 420 is the group name. I request you all to join to the group. So only 11 members are there currently in the group. revisionIT PLSQL S160 420. All examples I will make it available in the group. Even today's topic, both the things I will update into the group on our next class. So where you need to find for the group. So I'm writing here, welcome all. Okay, mayor.d, and I have written my email ID also. For any reason, you can write a mail to me. Okay, so that would be available here, that you can write it as nit.com. Okay, now here you can click on discussion board for accessing your examples. So when you click on discussion board, there you will find every time when you are trying to download all classroom examples. Okay, so I will make it available in discussion board only. Currently nothing is available. Reason, today is the first day we started our class with PLSQL. Coming days we will have a lot of examples. Only practicals we discuss, not theory. So daily for every class there will be 20 to 25 of the examples I will share, or 10 to 20 examples of different topics. In case of big programs, it would be 1 or 2 or 3. In case of small programs, 10 to 20 of the different programs I will share in every class. Okay. And second thing here, our classes schedule is on Monday and Wednesday. So based on the requirement, I may call you on any other day in the week, for sometimes for extra class. Okay. So that can be on Friday. Sometimes I may call you for extra class. Fine. Have you all taken that point? Fine. So that also you please keep in mind. Right. So let me share the objectives of the next chapter. So what is the thing we have completed in this? We had a discussion on SQL statements with PLSQL program constructs and benefits of PLSQL we discussed, and we have identified the difference between PLSQL blocks. What are the different PLSQL blocks are available? Can I know from all of you? What are the different types of PLSQL blocks are available? All of you please respond. Forgot. Yes, Devendra, exactly given. Correct. Only one answer, complete answer. Devasri, you have given only 1 point. Yes, Devendra from Borvali. Perfect. So procedure, function and anonymous block. 3 different blocks. Don't forget those things. Read the first chapter. Output messages we have written. By end of the first chapter, practice what you should do. You identified the PLSQL blocks that executed successfully, and creating and executing a simple PLSQL block that we have completed by end of the first chapter. Okay. In second chapter, we'll start working with PLSQL variables. So I don't follow every time the slide content, because I will concentrate more on practicals, not on lot of theory. Okay, so you can go through your courseware. After completion of the class, you will map with whatever I complete in the class. Can I know from all of you, please? Just click on place if you are clear. Yes, there was no problem. Fine. So everything will be like the practical examples we discussed, and the same practical examples I will make it available to you all in the group. So you can use this for your practicals. So usually the practicals will be on Monday, Wednesday class, and Friday is the practicals day. Fine. Right. So now you can ask me some more questions, because instead of starting a new topic at the end of the day, I want to clarify some questions to you all. In case if you have any questions, you can ask me. So you can consider it as a question and answer time. I'm ready for that. If you have any questions, you can ask me. For me, few minutes, I'll take the feedback, then I'll leave you all. Okay. Practicals you can do on Friday. In case if I take up extra class on Friday any week, then you can go for practicals before or after the class, or by finding extra day by talking to your center you can do. But this week I'm not planning for any extra class. Okay, fine. So Manoj, please share the feedback, and all can leave now after completion of your feedback today. Okay, every day end I will take the attendance by conducting a feedback to you all. Please respond to that, then you all can leave for day. And thank you all. Again we'll meet on Wednesday, day after tomorrow. Yes, thank you all. Shion, thank you.